Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Tonight's reading is from Liber Liberi vel Lapis Lazuli, subfigura 7, being the voluntary emancipation of a certain exempt adept from his adeptship. These are the birth words of a master of the temple. Tonight, we present the final chapter. By the burning of the incense was the word revealed, and by the distant drug. O meal and honey and oil, O beautiful flag of the moon that she hangs out in the center of bliss. These loosen the swathings of the corpse, these unbind the feet of Osiris, so that the flaming god may rage through the firmament with his fantastic spear. But of pure black marble is the sorry statue, and the changeless pain of the eyes is bitter to the blind. We understand the rapture of that shaken marble torn by the throes of the crowned child, the golden rod of the golden god. We know why all is hidden in the stone, within the coffin, within the mighty sepulchre. We too answer, Olam, Imal, Tutulu, as is written in the ancient book. 3 words of that book are as life to a new eon. No god has read the whole. But thou and I, O God, have written it, page by page. Ours is the 11-fold reading of the 11-fold word. These 7 letters together make 7 diverse words. Each word is divine, and 7 sentences are hidden therein. Thou art the Word, O my darling, my Lord, my Master. O come to me, mix the fire and the water, all shall dissolve. I await thee in sleeping, in waking I invoke thee no more, for thou art in me. O thou who's made me a beautiful instrument, tuned to thy rapture. Yet art thou ever apart, even as I. I remember a certain holy day in the dusk of the year, in the dusk of the equinox of Osiris, when I first beheld thee visibly, when the first dreadful issue was fought out, when the ibis-headed one charmed away the strife. I remember thy first kiss, even as a maiden should, nor in the dark byways was there another. Thy kisses abide. There is none other beside thee in the whole universe of love. My God, I love thee, O thou goat with gilded horns, thou beautiful bull of Apis, thou beautiful serpent of Apep, thou beautiful child of the pregnant goddess. Thou hast stirred in thy sleep, O ancient sorrow of years. Thou hast raised thine head to strike, and all is dissolved into the abyss of glory. An end to the letters of the words. An end to the 7-fold speech. Resolve me the wonder of it all into the figure of a gaunt, swift camel striding over the sand. Lonely is he, and abominable, yet hath he gathered the crown. Oh, rejoice, rejoice, my God, oh my God, I am but a speck in the stardust of ages. I am the master of the secret things. I am the revealer and the preparer. Mine is the sword and the mitre and the winged wand. I am the initiator and the destroyer. Mine is the globe and the Binu bird and lotus of Isis, my daughter. I am the one beyond these all, and I bear the symbols of the mighty darkness. There shall be a sigil as of a vast black brooding ocean of dearth, and the central blaze of darkness radiating its night upon all. It shall swallow up that lesser darkness. But in that profound who shall answer, what is? Not I. Not thou, O God. Come, let us no more reason together. Let us enjoy. Let us be ourselves, silent, unique, apart. O lonely woods of the world, in what recesses will you hide our love? The forest of the spears of the Most High is called night. in Hades in the day of wrath, but I am his captain, and I bear his cup. Fear me not with my spearmen, they shall slay the demons with their petty prongs. You shall be free. Ah, slaves, ye will not. Ye know not how to will. Yet the music of my spears shall be a song of freedom. A great bird shall sweep from the abyss of joy and bear ye away to my cupbearers. Come, O my God, in one last rapture, let us attain to the union with the many. In the silence of things, in the night of forces, beyond the accursed domain of the three, let us enjoy our love. My darling, away beyond the assembly and the law and the enlightenment unto an anarchy of solitude and darkness. For even thus must we veil the brilliance of ourself. My darling, oh my love, but the love in me bursts over the bonds of space and time. My love is spilt among them that love not love. My wine is poured out for them that never tasted wine. The fumes thereof shall intoxicate them, and the vigor of my love shall breed mighty children from their maidens. Yea, without draught, without embrace. And the voice answered, Yea, these things shall be. Then I sought a word for myself, nay, from myself. And the word came, O thou, it is well, heed not. I love thee. I love thee. Therefore had I faith unto the end of all, yea, unto the end of all. The card for today is the 18th trump, the moon, which represents Pisces in the zodiac. It's associated with the Hebrew letter Qoph, which means the back of the head. In the system of the old Eon, the resurrection of the sun was not only from winter, but from night, and this card represents midnight. The moon is seen as partaking of both the highest and lowest, and thus being the most universal of all the planets. This gives the moon the role of the link between the human self and the divine self. In this incarnation, in this card, the moon represents poison darkness, the moon of dark deeds, a taboo path of uncleanness, horror, fear, and ancestral loathing. The light of the moon is deceptive, for it conceals more than it illuminates. The dark night of the soul. This is not, we are told, the reveling solar madness of Dionysus, but the madness of venom and bad drugs. The path of the moon, Crowley tells us, is a bad trip. As Thelemites, we don't fear that place or the bad trip. We also don't become lost in it. The best men, we are told, do not think of the dark night of the soul at all. There's a particular type of Gnosticism which we read about from time to time, and which I think it's very hard for a lot of people to grasp. It's called Cainite from Hippolytus, though the thread runs through other Gnostic schools, including the Nicolaitans, even the Cathars eventually. And it's what Calvin would have called libertinism. The idea that indulgence is necessary, that we must participate in the evils of the world. Now, I think that's often seen as either some sort of exaggerated test of will, the idea that one can indulge and keep one's core, or, as Hippolytus and other critics have thought, almost certainly incorrectly, a sort of self-abnegation, an intentional contempt and destruction of the flesh to free the soul from its bounds. In both cases, I think it's often viewed as a sort of excuse, a philosophical framing for self-indulgence and nothing more. The moon frames out that path for Thelemites, and I think, as difficult as it is to understand, Thelema provides the best possible framing for it. It's really the expression of a necessity. We don't get benefit of incarnation without participating in it fully. And the moon, the dark paths, are as much a part of incarnation as those lit by the sun. So we accept it, participate, but also do not forget our bearings or where we're going. We don't live in a constant fight between light and dark, but rather accept both and structure them according to our will. mastering both rather than being mastered by them or surrendering ourselves to them. We can't master the secrets of the moon if we don't walk through the valley of the moon. In the Book of Thoth, we read of the moon, whatever horrors may afflict the soul, whatever abominations may excite the loathing of the heart, whatever terrors may assail the mind, the answer is the same at every stage. How splendid is the adventure! Thank you. Love is the law. Love under will.